Greetings, Marsh here. Welcome to episode 1 of my modded Factorio playthrough. Without further ado, let's get to it. Now, there's lots of mods here and some changes I made to it, so I'll try to mention it as it comes up. First thing you'll notice is I have no inventory because I like the feeling of progression and starting from nothing, so it makes the start take a little longer, but I'll skip that part for you so you can just see what you'd have to do. But now, if you're unfamiliar with angels and bobs and all that, you'll be looking at, it's like, what are all these strange ores? Like, well, we'll get to that. First thing, though, is we need a pickaxe because mining things takes forever. As you can see, you're just beating rocks with a stick. And we're going to need 20 pieces of this. This is Saphirite, yeah, it's the dark blue ore. Now the reason we're mining this stuff is for stone, really, so we can make the furnace. So you can kind of make this go a little bit faster if you find a rock somewhere and beat on that for a while and you can get stone from that. I figured I'd just show this version since, you know, your playthrough might not have a rock next to you, I don't know. Also, it's worth mentioning that I had to mod the Angel's Infinite Ore mod, I believe, slightly to make it so I could mine by hand. If you look on the right of the screen under the description for Saphirite, you'll see mining hardness of 0.9. The default character mining hardness is 1.0. And if you're trying to mine something that's 1.0 and that's the same as what you can do, then you won't be able to do it. So I had to drop it slightly to 0.9 to allow me to mine it. It's kind of difficult to describe, but you can kind of think of mining hardness as like armor and your character's ability as like attack. So if he has an attack of 1 and he's attacking something with an armor of 1, then the net effect is 0. So that's kind of the way you can look at it. So I had to drop that a little bit to 0.9 to make it so I can mine it. It won't really have much of an effect on mining speed in-game, like for electric miners and all that. What? I'm only halfway. Almost. And 20. Whew. The magic of video editing, you have to sit through that. Also, I probably should have mentioned it earlier, but you'll know you got the right kind because it's got kind of this geometric look to it. Took me a while to be able to tell the difference, but you have Saphirite here, which is this dark blue, and then Saphirite, which is like this light blue. And the problem is they both produce iron and copper. So, you know, you want to make sure you're mining the right one if you're going to sit there for 10 minutes like I do to mine it. And actually, let me change these graphic settings up real quick. There we go. That's all the useful information. But, alright, so why did we need 20 of these? Well, first of all, out of the gate, you can't actually smelt this stuff by itself. You have to refine it. And all of the refining elements are here. And luckily, you can crush by hand without using a machine, which will produce crushed Saphirite and some byproduct of crushed stone. And you see, it's pretty slow. It takes a little while. We're gonna need some fuel. I could chop down some trees, but you actually need quite a bit of trees for bobs, so I'm just gonna chop a piece of coal. 1 piece is good enough. I think about 1 piece of coal will do about 20 Saphirite ore, so it's good enough. And done. Notice this thing is a little off. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. I like exact numbers. Alright. And we're back. So you see the net result is our 20 crushed Saphirite and 10 crushed stone. And 2 of those crushed stone will turn into 1 regular stone. Just the stock stone the game uses. So we want all that. And then we can make the furnace. So that's why we needed 20. And again, yeah, you could have made that a little bit faster if you would have... oh, there's one. If you would have chopped a rock down. But let's see where to put it. Doesn't really matter because we're going to be carrying things by hand for now. So how about right there? Put that in there. Put that in there. And it'll start making our iron plate. Now you can look at the recipes for making metals, or smelting recipes right here. Angels has special machines for smelting, but you could just use the stock machines if you want. Yeah, so you see the recipe right here is 3 Saphirite makes 2 iron plates, so it's 66% efficient, which isn't very good. And actually it gets real bad down here. Because you see, like, 1 lead plate for 3 rather than 2 iron plate for 3. So you see these lead and tin is much less efficient, so only 33% efficient. So there's definitely reason to try to make things better. But so there's our 12 plates, and because it requires 3 to smelt, and you know, it just has the 2 left over. But with that, we can make the iron pickaxe, and then now we can mine a lot more. So what's the next step here? Let's see. Well, mining. having a miner would be nice. You see, it requires stone bricks, so we're gonna need basically another furnace, so at least another 20. Oh, look how much faster it's going. And done. Let's see if it says it right here. Yeah, you see right here on the axe, it says mining power 2.5. So that's why it's going so much faster, is because it's a net result of 1 or 0.1 compared to 1.6. So it's 16 times faster to use the pickaxe than without it. So yeah, we're gonna have to crush that by hand again. There's really no way around that for now. And done. Might as well make that stone. Can throw that in there. It'll come in handy. Oh, yeah, I should have been getting some coal while I was waiting for that. Alright, got the coal. Alright, let's put 5 pieces in there for now. And we could make a stone furnace. This will be the brick furnace. Again, it doesn't really matter where it goes, because we're carrying everything by hand. So right there is good. And how much do we need to mine to make that? Brick. Yeah, brick requires 2 stone. And we need 4. So I think that's 32 pieces of saphirite, I believe. We'll find out. Whoop. Need another pick. I'll make 2. Alright, there's the 32. And crush it by hand. And let's get some coal while I'm waiting. Should be enough coal for now. Might as well get some wood. I'm gonna have to chop these things down anyway, so no big deal. Preferably, I try to keep trees up as long as possible because they absorb pollution and make the biters less likely to attack. So I try not to just mow down trees unless it's required. But obviously the ones that are on or near the ore patches are going to get taken down. Alright. Yep, let's make the stone. There we go. Dump the stone in there. Make our bricks. Brick, 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 brick. Boom. There we go. Basic mining drill, or burner miner drill. Now also, you notice it requires 1 motor. That is because of the AAI Industries mod, which adds a lot of low-level requirements to the game. So anything that moves basically requires a motor, which is just iron plate and iron gear. So you'll be making lots and lots of those. As far as where to put it, it doesn't really matter, but I try to be clean about it, so I'll just put it right there for now. Doesn't really matter. 20 pieces in. Yeah, let's make a box to put it in. Boom. There we go. Now I won't be mining anymore. let's see what to do from here. How to make it easier. It's like, well, all that crushing by hand is kind of annoying. So we can make a burner or a crusher, which looks to have the exact same requirements. Yeah, 441. Yeah, exact same requirements as the miner. There we go. Yeah, I'll chop these down. Seems like it's taking a while. Maybe I should be mining by hand. To help out. Yeah, it should be enough. Might as well get some coal, I suppose. Alright. So you need a pickaxe. An iron axe. It's a pickaxe, it's not an iron axe. Alright. Boom. How's this for fuel? It's doing okay. I'll put some more in. Let's make that ore crusher. And doesn't really matter, right there. You know, you have to select the recipe, it won't automatically do it, so pick that one right there. I wonder if that's a different recipe. Yes, it is. So you see the crushing by hand right here, and then the ore crushing? Well, the crushing by hand takes 4 seconds, but if you do it with the machine, it takes 1 second. So it's much, much faster with the machine. Not to mention, you know, as the machine levels up, it'll get higher and higher crafting speeds. So see how much faster it grinds through it. Probably the next step here is to get another miner for the coal, so I don't have to keep. I mean, I'll have to keep running back there to get the coal, but at least, you know, won't have to mine for it. Here we go. I don't know. Right there. Make a box. Inside. There we go. Come back to. I'll grab some. Can't have enough coal. Alright, how much is in here? Yeah, I'll put some in there. There we go. Yep, pick things up, move them into something else. Pick things up, move them into something else. It's kind of the name of the game for a while here. Until you get enough automation. Alright. What next? I believe we should start working on some science. Yeah, and there's a special burner lab for early science. That requires quite a bit. 10 motors, 10 copper plates, which we don't have copper yet, so we're going to have to do that. So we're going to have to repeat this setup. So 1, 1, 1. Oh, is that? It's not out. It's out on the patch. Thought it was out of fuel. All right. Right here, 1, 2. I just try to shimmy them across. There we go. Pretty good. Okay, so need to make a burner. Or they're all burners. Burner miner drill. Oh, there's the 4 bricks. And the burner ore crusher. Stone furnace. And a box. Alright. Up here. Let's put it right there's good. Not picky. Alright. Boom. Fuel. Quite low. I'll fill it up. Pick up more. How's that doing for fuel? Needs more. I'll leave 20 in there for now. Alright. Burner somewhere down here. Burner. Burner crusher. They're all burners, Marsh. Alright, and this time, Saphirite. And this actually doesn't use that much fuel for what it does. Also, you'll note that Saphirite is a lot harder to mine, a lot slower. See, it's a mining hardness of 1.5 and a mining time of 2, compared to 0.9, or what it was, 1 and 1.5. So you're going to need a lot more miners to get the same amount of Saphirite / copper than you will iron. Alright, just put this somewhere down here. 10 pieces. That one's good, so... Oh, that one needs fuel. Half. I think it's probably pretty close to empty, yep. Alright, let's move everything from machine to machine. There we go, getting copper plates. Pick up some fuel. Alright, how's this doing? I'll leave it at 16. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, it's 5 bricks, 10, and 40. So we don't have any bricks right now. Some left over? Wait. Oh, did I put the wrong thing in there? Oops. Oh well. Alright. There we go. Stone. Now, just as a side note, you don't, with angels and bobs, you don't want to use all of your byproducts the moment you can. Like, you know, I have crushed stone, so I could turn it into stone, but crushed stone has other uses besides making just stone. So you should avoid turning byproducts into something else unless you know for a fact you're going to need it. And I just know from a fact from early game, you know, you want stone. Surprisingly a lot of it, as you're noticing. So just keep that in mind later, especially when we start dealing with like slag and that sort of thing. That, you know, just because you can get rid of it, maybe you should hold on to it for this other recipe you haven't unlocked yet. It's just something to keep in mind. Alright, I think we've got enough. Yep. Let's make that burner lab. Okay. Where to put it? How about right there? Some fuel. If I recall, it doesn't use very much, so I won't put much in there. And now for another notable change. It's a science tweaker mod. Instead of science packs using random obligatory belts and inserters and that sort of thing, they now have their own dedicated components, which makes it a lot more fun, I think, to make science. It's not really relevant at this point since we're just going to handcraft everything, but you know, something to keep in mind for later. Alright, let's see. One change to AAI Industry, as you're seeing with the all the burner things, is they have a lot more basic tech, so you can't really skip the burner stage of the game. There's some technology which already came unlocked at the beginning of the game, like burner inserters and assembly machines. Well, burner assembly machines that you have to unlock before you can move further. So you see how you have to unlock electricity and then get to automation, which is the stock Factorio assembly machine. So yeah, there's a couple things here, but this is basically what we want. Inserters, so a little less running around. And just as a side note, whenever you're going to research something, it's important to, especially important with bobs and angels, to make sure you can make the thing that you're researching before you do it, because you might think, oh, that sweet burner machine or that assembler machine, I want that assembly machine too or something, and then you realize it has some requirement that you can't meet or not even close, like, you know, you don't have any oil or something that you might need for it. So this is just stuff we're already producing in the factory, so there's no problem at all. So just research that. Yep, and we can make our 10 science packs from that. Oop, that's out of fuel. Might as well pick up more. Let's fill it up with about 20. Good enough. Guess I can put some of the packs in here now. Boom. Or is it? Already, the beginning of the game, there's already a whole bunch of various resources you have to sort through in your inventory. Pick things up, move them around. Pick things up, move them around. Alright, since we got the science set up, it seems like a good place to end it, so I will see you at the next video.